Hey guys. Mhm. Hey guys. Hey Deanna. Hey Prince Royalty. Hey Lady T. Time will heal pain. I'm on my way to the gym to work out. Yes. I'm just calling you guys to say hi. Hey guys. Hey. I hope you guys can hear me. I'm on my way to the gym. I've been in the house working all day today. Yes, and I got a surprise for you guys. Leola got a surprise. I've been working all day, but I got to get in the gym now. It's time to get this body right. Yes. Hey. Oh my God, everybody. LaShonda, Isaiah, Misha, Goddess, got Lady T. Hey. Yes. Yes, please always work out. Look, I'm trying to get my body ready for this summer. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. Oh, Deanna, thank you. She said I will support you more. Yeah. Yep. That's right. Yep. Health is wealth. That's right. Got to keep that body strong. We have to. You got to. Yep. I try to stay young looking. No stress. No, none of that. Nope. You got to stay. Got to keep your mind clear. By any means necessary. You have to. Yes, I am working hard to do that. I'm headed to the gym. We gassing up. We at the gas station. Okay. Hi, Amanda. Hi, beautiful. What you guys doing? Misha said I need to get in the gym too. And I'm going to sit in this chair. I hear that there's a chair that gives you a nice massage, and I need that. Yes, I need it. I have been bogged down with too much stress lately, so I'm gonna go take care of me. Yes, I have to. Deanna said I'm a college student and a single mom of two. I'm working hard to get more income. Yes. My birthday is Friday. Actually, leave. Okay, Isaiah. Happy birthday, darling. Thank you, Goddess. Reed, Bay. Look at you, got my son's name, Reed. That's my son's dad's last name, Reed. You have such a beautiful spirit. I go to the gym at least twice a week, Isaiah. Yep. Yes, I love walking, skating, boxing, kickboxing. I do it all. I don't care. I love just working out. I'll get out here and walk for days. I love it. I have to drink water. I have to right now. Yes. I just took my medicine, my herbs, so I had to drink some water. I'm supposed to be. Today I had to do what I had to do. What's up, you guys? You guys ready for the surprise, huh? Oh, Deanna said watching your lives has helped me maneuver through a lot of my own troubles. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna start. You know what? I'm gonna start coming on more. I'm just trying to put things together for you guys, and this is the week for that. I'm gonna sit down. I'm going to be coming on talking to you guys all the time. I don't want you guys to miss me and I be away and stuff, you know. I got to stop focusing on me. I have to let everybody I got to focus on my business. I do. I've been focused on my business, but in the midst of that, I've been taking care of people and just, you know, just doing things, you know, that not that I shouldn't be doing, but I got to focus on Leola, you know, because if you miss yourself, if you don't take care of yourself, nobody else will. Nobody's going to take care of you. So you got to take care of yourself. Always remember that. Thank you. Your skin is so smooth. What do you use? I'm going to give you all my my skincare. I got a lot of stuff. And I want you all to I can't tell you what it is because I'm going to give them to you guys in gift baskets. So just hold on for me, okay? Because I want to give you, that is one of the things that's in the gift basket. It's part of my skincare, okay? Because I know that all of you all like that. So I will definitely do that. I don't know if people get back to me this week. If not, I'll do it myself. But I'm supposed to be, I got some new people on board and we're gonna start packaging this stuff. I wrote out a lot of stuff last night, a list of stuff that I have to do. So I got help, and if I got the help I think I got, then it'll go down. But we'll see. If not, I'll do it on my own and I'll make sure that you guys get it. Okay, let's see. It's just a few things going on. And I got to just make sure that everybody's on board properly. That's all. You know, these are trying times right here. You know, it's trying times. But everything's going to work out. Don't worry. I got you guys. All at once, yes, Among. That's nice. Among said, I'm listening to Whitney Houston's song called All at Once, which is my favorite song.
I love all her songs.
Deanna said, I'm not a celebrity, but I've been through a lot of similar things as the late and great Whitney Houston. That's right. Yes, so much wisdom. You're passionate about what you say. Yes, I am. That part. I inboxed you my number. Okay, Deanna, on Facebook. Okay. I got to go on my Facebook. I know you're busy, but I love just one conversation with Leola. Yes. All right, Deanna. Okay. Yes, I take care of yourself. Yes. Misha said, I agree with you. You must be whole so you can help others. Exactly. I got you. And I'm a people person. I love people. You know, I'm out here doing God's work. That's what I'm doing. And I do it every day. And I try to stay focused. I try to treat people right and not treat anybody wrong. You understand? And I try to instill that in others. Always treat people like you want to be treated. I don't care what you go through in life. You got to treat people right, no matter what. No matter what. Joe said, girl, I'm pregnant. Joe, you ain't pregnant. Yes, Natisha. She said, this is why we love you, Auntie. Self-care is a must. Yes, it is. Good evening, Ramadan Kareem. Ramadan Mubarak. Good angel. Good evening, Angel. Let's see. I know you, Aliola. No matter what outlet you have, speak truth. That's right. Yes, I will. Always. I will always speak the truth. Yes, indeed. It's very important. Very important. That's the whole reason why I'm doing my book. Speaking the truth. Yep. The truth got to come out. Me and Nate was just sitting talking about how Whitney suffered a lot. She did. Whitney suffered a lot. Whitney Houston had a hard life. She did. The more I think about her, the more that I know that she suffered. She kept a lot in. She knew a lot, but she kept a lot in. Whitney suffered a lot. She really did. And it's sad that she had to go through all that she went through. You understand? Because she had a beautiful heart. And sometimes you can't. Sometimes you got to back up. You know, I see why celebrities are kind of bougie sometimes. You know, they don't be bothered with people. I see. You know, because people can change you quickly. You know, and then they'll blame it on you. You know, but Whitney went through a lot. She did. She went through a lot of things. A lot of unnecessary things that she didn't have to go through when she was younger. By those who people love. You know, famous people were treating her bad. Oh yeah. Yep. But it's all good. She's in a better place now. And you know what I was thinking about today? We got to be grateful just to be alive, you all. Do you hear me? We have to sincerely be grateful. Don't focus on petty stuff. Do not focus on petty things in this world. Focus on a bright future. Okay? My minister says that a lot. He says, be careful what you're thinking and stay focused on positive things because you're going to draw that positivity to you when you do that. That's so important. And I do that. I stay positive. I don't even want to be around nobody negative. You understand? Because it'll mess up your it'll mess up your vibe. It'll mess up your flow, you know, the path that you're on. You know, and the devil is busy, you all. The devil is busy. Oh my God.
You get on my nerves so bad.
It's crazy. It's sickening. The devil is busy, man. And the devil is in people. It's in people. The devil ain't nothing, it ain't no spook or spirit just floating around. You know, it's people. You know, we have to either give ourselves over to God, that better self, or give ourselves to the devil. And we don't want to do that. Stay positive. I don't care what it takes. If people call you crazy, whatever they want to call you, let them call it. Let them call you that. But stay positive. And stay in prayer with God at this hour. Me and Nate was just sitting talking about how blessed we are to be in the world right now and to be alive and to be able to be a vessel, you know, for God. I am so grateful because God saved me from a lot of things. See, people don't know me. People think they know me, but people don't know me. You don't know my walk. You don't know where I come from. And you don't know where I intend to go. You understand? So people have to be careful with me. Be careful with Leola. Because I'm nice, but I'm not a fool. You understand? I'm not a fool. I'm not. I belong to Allah. I belong to God, just like everybody else. Okay? But I'm serious about my mission. I'm very serious about my mission. And I'm so grateful. I thank God for every little tiny thing that He does for me. I do. I do. Every little tiny thing. I don't care what it is. Yes. We have to be grateful that we're alive because God He's cleansing the earth of evil. I keep telling people this. People act like they don't know what evil is. He's cleansing the earth of evil. He don't want no evil on this earth. You know, we have to learn to love each other, communicate better with each other, and get along as a people. Or we're going to be in trouble with God. I miss you too, Kels. Yeah, Tisha said people forgot that she was human with feelings. She always wanted peace. That's right. Thank you, Kels, for telling them to hit the like button. Please hit the like button, guys. You did, Jew. Jew said, I thought about you earlier. Yes, that's good. T said, I stay away from negatives. I do too. I can't do it. I get a headache too. Because my mind is so focused on righteousness, you know, and everything that I got to do. I don't have time for negative stuff, you know. And the devil is running rapidly, like Sharon Kearney said, non-stop. Yep, T said they run their mouth and I run my business. There you go. That part. Right. Yes. You got to stay focused because God is blessing us. And God wants to bless all of us. It ain't just, you know, a few of us. God wants to bless all of us. Exactly. That is right. We're going to go through some things. We're going to go through some things. But I think the main thing is, the main problem with us and our people today, we're not understanding of the next man's spirit. You understand? Or, or business, or what somebody has to do. We have to understand that we're all human. And you know what? When I'm out every day, if I see somebody that looks sad, they look like they don't look right, you know, I give them a smile. I tell them how beautiful they look. I try to say something nice to just lift their spirits up, because sometimes just a word makes people feel good. Oh, yes, that is true. Just a word. You'd be surprised how far that can take you. Yes, amen, Jules said there's power in gratitude. Yes. Yes, Deanna, the wicked will pay for their actions. Yes. The greatest thing I strive for is peace. Me too. That's, I beg God for peace. That's it. Yeah. You know, and to be understanding of others. You know, people got stuff going on everywhere. Mm-hmm. And you never know what the next man has been through. You understand? Never, 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 never try somebody as if you know. You know, like you know what's going on. Like, you know, some people don't know how to communicate and talk to people. They don't. They don't. And we got to start eating the right foods, because we are what we eat. I noticed that a lot. A lot of people are out here, their brain is messed up because of the wrong things that they're putting in their body. And they don't know that they don't know. That's the thing. That is the thing. I was crying for some people. I was literally crying, begging God to help them. Because it's sad how people think. It's really sad. People are lost out here. They have the wrong mentality about others. I try not to judge nobody. And I try to be understanding of others. You understand? I'm always careful at how I talk and treat somebody. Always. And I never think that I know it all. You know? Never. Never think that I know. Because you could be wrong. You could be wrong about a person's thinking. You may be thinking one way and that person ain't even thinking like that. That's far from that person's thinking. But your mind is telling you that that's that person's thinking, like yours. And we're all far from each other. We on different planes out here. Different times. We've been through different things. So of course we're different. But we all know right from wrong. You know? Kindness does not cost us a thing, and smiles are free. That's right, Jewel. Yes. Yes, Lady T, right. You don't know what somebody's going through. You never know what somebody's going through. Be kind to people. And don't just, and don't accuse nobody of nothing. That's an ugly thing to do. That's a turnoff to me. That's a turnoff. I don't like that. And if I see people doing it, I'll say something. I'll say, don't do that. That's not right. You don't do that. Don't accuse somebody of something if you ain't 100% sure that that's what was on their mind. I mean, God will hold you accountable for stuff like that.
Yep.
If you're wrong.
Can't judge nobody.
No. Yes, I've had hard times in my life. I was on the verge of suicide, and kind words brought me through tough hardships in my youth. Now I'm more thoroughbred to deal with it now throughout my faith. Yes, I was just talking about that yesterday. Yep. I was talking about how I saved this lady, this white woman. I saved her life. I was working for the city crisis center, mental health. And they had a woman that came in. She was, her sister did not leave her money that their parents had left for her. Her sister didn't give her her portion of the money. And so she wanted to go commit suicide. And I told her, I said, don't you do that. No, but I talked to her. She wrote a letter to the president of the company and said, if it wasn't for Leola Muhammad, I would have killed myself. Yes, a white woman. She said, but she talked me out of it. Yes. Yep. Young white girl. It's a shame how people treat others and do things. Her sister, because she had some mental issues going on, her sister didn't want to give her her portion of their mother's estate. I said, wow, look at that. You can't treat nobody like that. If somebody has some issues mentally, that's not the way to handle them. But I think she's all right. But this was many, many years ago. But, yeah. Yeah, AD said not even just what they eat, but what their minds consume. That's right. Okay, Wild Peach Magnolia said, Miss Leola, have you seen the YouTube of two white men that snuck up to the Beverly Hilton room where Whitney was found that was off limits to visit? Yeah, I think I did see that video. Uh-huh. But let me tell you all something. I don't believe Whitney was found in her room. And I'm explaining that in the book. I don't think Whitney was in her room. Matter of fact, she wasn't. She couldn't have been in her room. Not from what I know. She wasn't in her room. So I don't know why they calling that her room. They blowing that up to make people think that's her room. No, 434. What? That wasn't. That was her room, one of her rooms, but that wasn't the room that she was found in. No, they don't. No, and they got people believing that was her room. That was the room she was found in. Trying to blow this thing up to make people come in, visit that room, and all this crazy stuff, but that's not the room. It's sad what Whitney went through. Whitney had contusions all in her head, face swollen, lip busted, fingernails all chipped up, with DNA all in her fingers. That's why there was a bottle of alcohol and a picture and a towel in that bathtub when they came. Because whoever cleaned up, they cleaned up Whitney's body and everything. They staged that. All that was staged. Whitney was beaten really bad. Oh, yes, she was. Yes. She was beaten really bad. And that's sad that, whoever jumped on my sister, they beat her, you know, just unmercifully, I mean, she didn't deserve that. No, she did not. No. And like I said, she was jumped. She was jumped. Not one person did that. No, it had to be 2 or 3 at least. Yeah. Whitney was jumped. Boy, boy, boy. You all just don't know. This is a wicked world, boy. I'm telling you, hit the like button, guys. It's 60 people on, only 49 likes. Please. Do that for me. Yep. Whitney was messed up. Bruises all over her body. And somebody was kicking her, too. Somebody was kicking my sister. All the bruises that were on her leg. I had an expert look at her pictures. Yeah. Yep. Somebody was kicking her. Yep. Sad. She suffered a lot. I'm even finding out more stuff. But I'll be glad when I can take a break and after this book drops, because this book's about to drop. But after I drop it, I'm going to relax. This is so much for me, you guys. You all have no idea. No idea what I have been suffering. I mean, I had been going through it. Really. Dealing with a lot. And then on top of that, I'm dealing with other people's problems. Their hang-ups, their problems. And, God damn, I need a break. Can't you see that I'm going through a lot? I got a lot on my mind. I guess people don't care, though. Yeah. Nobody really cares for you, honey. I'm trying to walk a straight line with God. With God. That's what Leola's trying to do. Yes, indeed. Yes. Yes, always watch what you put in the universe. It matters. Yes. They did, Kels? She said, Miss Leola, did you see where Wikipedia took out the part of Teresa Graves' story about her having a baby by Mr. Houston? What?
I gotta check that out.
Wow. Hey, John Austin. I love you, too. I missed your cash apps, John Austin. My friend. That's the only time I see you, when you cash at me. Yep, if you judge, you get judged, Trish Hollywood said. Yes, Trish, what you put out always, not sometimes, but always comes back. That's right. Yep. That's right, Proverbs. Whoso rewardeth evil for good. Wait a minute. Whoso rewardeth evil for good, evil shall not depart from his house. That's right. Yep. Proverb, false witness shall not be unpunished. That's right. And he that speaketh lies shall not escape. That's true. We have to watch how we deal with people, and we have to watch what we say.
Yes.
We do. That is so important, especially in this hour of time. Everybody should be on their knees, thanking God for the many blessings. I thank God for the blessings of having you guys, knowing you, my new friends that I met. Like, just because God promised us good homes, friendships, money, everything, and all friendships in all walks of life. God promises us that. So, you understand? We have to be grateful for everything. There should be no room in nobody's heart for any negative stuff. Let's focus on positive things. We need to be sitting down dialoguing and talking about what we gonna do, how we gonna do it. Wow. I don't know. But you know what I learned though? It's some people, and you got to be careful, are not with that. They're used to chaos and drama and stuff. And so if they don't have that in their life, they can't function. Yeah. I got some family members like that. If it ain't, it's got to be something going on. Got to be some chaos somewhere. Got to be an argument or fight, something. Otherwise, they don't feel normal. And that's sickening. It is. If you can't strive for peace with your brother and sister, you got to. If you're from God, you're going to do that. Ain't that right? Y'all know I'm right. Right. Our souls are not equipped to absorb all the trauma we experience. No. I miss her too, Trish. Yep. Yes. Jules said, I believe your theory. It makes a lot of sense. I totally discern foul play. Of course. There's no doubt in my mind that Whitney was murdered. You guys. There's no way she drowned in a bathtub. Those bathtubs in the Beverly Hilton are too small anyway. They're very tiny. A 5-year-old can't drown in them. Come on now. I don't know. Eating with China Boo. So if her family didn't know all of this, why did they not get an autopsy? Well, you have to understand.
Who's this K1 from Brazil?
You have to understand that, first of all, there is no relationship there with Pat and Whitney. I know that's hard to believe. Everybody's seen Pat with Whitney the night before she died, but that was like the only time you actually really seen Pat with Whitney. Whitney did not hang around that woman, and I was just saying that. That startled me. Why was she there with Whitney that night? You understand? Because I hate to say that, but Whitney just did not mess with her. So why was she with Whitney that night? And then she stayed up around Whitney. You understand what I'm saying? She stayed up around Whitney. And then the night before they found Whitney, that Stacey Francis girl told that lie about Ray J. See, all this was part of the plot, I believe. I honestly do. Because I talked to my girl, Omarosa, and she told me. She said, Lily, I stood right there and watched the whole thing. So if you ever need me, if you need me in court, you need me, I'll be there. I witnessed it. I seen what happened.
You need to block K1.
That's not what happened with Whitney and that girl.
You need to block K1.
She said,
he's spamming.
He's what?
He's spamming K1.
K1. Who's that?
I don't know, but he putting the same thing in your chat. He's repeating himself.
Repeating himself?
Yeah, he's spamming basically.
What's that mean?
He's spamming whenever you put a whole bunch of chat in the chat box.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
I told him to stop spamming.
Okay, well, just... Hey, Cheryl Palmer. Thank you, darling. You said K1?
Mm-hmm.
What is he sparing? I don't understand.
That's because you all the way up. You got to go all the way down.
Okay. Oh, wow. People wrote a lot of stuff. K1, what are you doing on my channel? I love you too. Oh, he just keeps saying I love you, Leola. What's wrong with
But
that?
no, he put like several. You got to go up. We see all that stuff. I told him to stop. He don't need to do all that. Just put in one thing. You ain't got to keep repeating this.
No, you don't. No, what? So Brazil. Oh, Brazil. Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying. Right here. Okay, K1. I see you. Maybe he was trying to get my attention. Is that what it was, K1? I don't want nobody to come on here and do anything. Please, if you have a negative spirit, I don't want you all here on my page. But if you come right and correct, it's okay, okay? But let's because a lot of people, not a lot, a few people will come on here and do things that, but no, he said I will cash out Leola if she gives me a shout out to me.
And then he says, I want Leola's attention so bad. I love her. He keep doing this. Slow down, K1. We see you. Okay.
Okay, no, I didn't see him. So I had
look, he keep doing it though.
Okay. But you just hush. You hush. All you have to do is say Leola, K1 sees. K1 wants you to see him and notice him. That's all you got to say. You don't have to get upset with K1.
I'm not getting upset with. I told him just to slow down.
But you don't have a right to tell him that.
All right.
I mean, I'm just keeping it real. You don't.
All right. I'll keep quiet.
Okay, thank you. Hi, K1, and I'll give you a shout out. And you don't have to cash at me if you don't want to, but I'll give you a shout out anyway. Hi, K1 Ferreira. Sao Paulo, St. Paulo, Brazil. Hey, Kawan. Kawan Ferreira. Did I say that right? But yeah, guys. So, you know, all that comes into play with my sister, you know. And I'm talking about it. I'm explaining it all. You know, I have to speak truth. I'm not sugarcoating anything. I'm not exaggerating anything. I'm just coming straight up, you know, and I'm just telling it like it is. I don't bite my tongue. I can't. You know, I got to speak what's real. I didn't do this. Not me. I didn't do anything. These people did it. You understand? When you do something and somebody checks you on it, then you can't be mad at the person that's checking you. When you do wrong, that's what's wrong with people in this world. You can't get away with things with God's people out here. No, because just because everybody does not do the things that I do, speak the truth, and fear nothing but God. You know, you got a lot of people out here that fear people. And they put people over God. I don't do that. Nobody becomes before my God. I make decisions based on my Father today. Yes, I do. I do. I'm mindful. I'm not perfect, but I'm mindful of everything I do. Yes, I am. And I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to get better. Yes, because Leola wants to see her father. I don't want to be left out. No. You know, and they don't have to be scared of him, but I am. I fear God. Okay? I fear him. Yes. And anybody in their right mind should. Right. Yeah, there's a lot. I never really looked at that video, but I never really studied that video that Pat. I saw it, the one that she did on Oprah, and I'm sitting there looking at it just today, because I was looking at some things that I was writing up, and I said, "Wow." Pat sat on Oprah's show and said, "I was gone for 30 to 35 minutes." And then she came back to the hotel. But Whitney was calling your phone. And you said that she was trying to reach you all morning. She was calling for you. And then you said you didn't answer her calls. Why? That is one question I want Pat to get on any channel, any network, and answer. It's too late now. I know why. And you can't make up a story, Pat. You can't. Because I know why you didn't answer her. You didn't want her to ask you about Chrissy. And why Chrissy was found in that bathtub the day before. See, I got it. But Whitney wasn't doing no infomercial for you, though, Pat. She wasn't. And I don't know why these stories are being told on my sister. But we all know that she wasn't doing that for you. No, she was not. Whitney would never do that. I hate to say it, but she wouldn't. No, that's not what was going on. Whitney was there for the Clive Davis event. And people were bothering her. They were running around that hotel there was some people running around that hotel doing some stuff to Whitney. And somebody else saw it. And reported it. And told Whitney's niece to get her out of there. And when she called Whitney sounded happy. So she thought she was fine. And Whitney was in a good mood. She was in good spirits. You understand? The day before. Man, she had no idea they were just plotting her life. I wish I could have been there with her. I really do. I wish I could have been there. That's sad. She didn't bother nobody. Nobody. Whitney didn't bother nobody. "30, 35 minutes. Yeah, that's what she said. Yep. And then Oprah asked her, and then she said she did not. She didn't. Now, see, my thing is, okay, you said that you was walking down the hall. I'm trying to picture this. And you see the hairdresser screaming in the doorway. Because it was said that the hairdresser found her, right? So the hairdresser found her, and the hairdresser standing in the doorway screaming. You see her screaming, and she just found Whitney. And she can see Whitney from the doorway? Or was Whitney found by the door? Or all the way in the bathroom? And how far is the bathroom from that front door? See, you got to listen to every detail that Pat is, everything that she's saying. She's saying that she said that she looked down the hall and saw the hairdresser standing at the doorway screaming. I guess she found Whitney, right? But Whitney was drowned in the bathtub. And Pat said her brother, Ray, gave Whitney CPR or tried to revive that. She used that language. She said, try to revive Whitney. And she said, stop. Why would you tell the man to stop? You don't know where Whitney's at that point. He could have saved her. How do you know? And then you said you saw a woman, so you told her to call 911. And then you told Oprah When you told your brother Ray to stop, you said because you knew that the paramedics were on the way. How did you know that? You didn't know if the paramedics, you don't even know if that woman that you told to call the 911 had even called. She could have been close. She could have went in there and closed the door. I mean, I'm just saying. And then, this is something that nobody's paying attention to, you guys. Nick sat on Dr. Phil and said he was the one that gave Whitney CPR. And his mother coached him from Florida. Remember that? I know, y'all heard me say this before. Something's wrong with this picture. Who really gave Whitney CPR? Was it Ray or was it Nick? And Nick's gone. He ain't even here no more. And I think that he was put to sleep. I do. I think he was put to sleep because he's a weak link. He was a weak link. And I think that he was going to speak. I honestly do. I honestly do. I mean, there's a lot of things that I believe that, you know, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this out. It doesn't at the end of the day. So many mistakes were made. So many different stories. You got Ray giving her CPR. Then you got Nick. Nick said and Pat never mentioned Nick when she was on Oprah. She never said Nick was in that room. She said her brother gave Whitney CPR. And then when Nick got on Dr. Phil, he said, I gave Whitney CPR. My mother coached me on the phone. I didn't know what to do. I had to call my mother. She's a nurse. Somebody lying. I guess that was the original story that they were supposed to tell. Nick, you say you gave it to her. See, somebody forgot. Well, Pat got nervous when she was sitting there with Oprah and just came out with her brother Ray was giving, you know, you understand what I'm saying? Because Bobby Christina's friends told me that Pat and Nick were tight. They were just pretending to be at odds with each other when they were around Bobby Christina. So they, you know, whatever was going on, whatever they were plotting, you know, whatever they were supposed to say. This is sad, man. It's sad. Whitney Houston. Wow. Yeah, and I'm sure there's some bigger people involved, you guys. But I can't. What am I going to do with that? I only have evidence on these folks. Our own. Why do we do this to each other? Why? You know, if you don't have love for your brothers and sisters and you don't want for your brother and sister what you want for yourself, you ain't a good Christian and you ain't a good Muslim. You gotta love your people. You gotta love and want for your sisters and brothers the same thing you want for yourself. You just a devil to me if you don't. That's sad. Oh, wow, Pete said Bobby Chris resembles you a lot. The brown DNA is strong, beautiful. Thank you. I hear that a lot now, but I think Bobby Christina looks like my sisters. My younger sister, Carol, and my sister, Tina. I really do. Me? And they said Bobby Chris looked like me. Yeah, I don't understand how authorities didn't pick that up either. But see, like I said, I have eyewitnesses there that saw Pat and Gary running back and forth out of that room. They were putting stuff in there, taking stuff out before the authorities got there. So when the authorities got there, the authorities probably just thought Whitney drowned, like they, looking at her, they probably, I don't know, but they cleaned her up. They had enough time because it took a while for them to get there. So, but I don't know. Whitney's face was swollen and, but they had to fix her up. They were trying to clean her up. They were putting stuff in that room, taking stuff out. Well, I don't understand. First of all, if you touch a scene, nobody is supposed to touch a scene of a crime, ever. Never. You're not supposed to do that. That shows you right there that something's wrong with that picture, right? What were they afraid? What were they afraid of? Why would you put your hands in that? Unless you had something to do with it. Y'all was trying to hide something. And then for you all to go to Mama Sissy's house and say, I ain't come here to talk about that. When she asked what happened to her daughter, to jump up and leave.
Tasted some Dr. Pepper.
Wow. Oh, well. Okay. Cal said, Miss Viola, how did you feel when Pat got up and spoke at the funeral? I didn't feel good at all. That's why I jumped up. And nobody put me out of that funeral. Nobody. I stood up and said what I had to say. Security started coming towards me, and I looked at him and said, don't you dare touch me. And Tyler Perry came, and Tyler Perry said, don't nobody touch her. Yes, Tyler Perry was on my team. Me and Tyler walked out in the hall and talked. And everybody started standing up then. My sons, my nephews, everybody on that side of the room stood up. They was ready. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was very angry because here y'all done took my sister, now you done took my niece, and then on top of that you disrespected my family. You got all these people that we don't even know carrying my niece's casket, and my niece got 50 cousins her age and older, about 80 of them. I got a lot of nephews. They could have been there carrying that casket. They didn't know Chrissy. But Pat did that on purpose. And who gave her that right? See, that's the thing. That's the thing. Y'all don't even understand. People done things and didn't have a right to do anything. There's no blood there at all. And no relationship. And somebody came to my house recently, a very reliable source, and told me that Pat was fired by Whitney. Yes. I guess she was never Whitney's manager. Let's get that straight. But I think Pat came on as a assistant of Whitney's. You understand? And Whitney did not want to deal with her anymore. And Whitney said, that's it, you fired. You ain't coming back out with me no more. You ain't doing nothing for me. Because Whitney surely did not hire her as a manager. No. I've been saying that, and that is true. Pat was probably doing some assisting for Whitney. That's it. Whitney's not going to have her in a position. She's not. Because Whitney couldn't stand to be around her too long. But yeah, and I heard from reliable source that Pat's niece Mary was also helping with assistance. She was doing some stuff, and they said that she got busted stealing something from Whitney, and so Whitney fired her. Whitney said, no, you ain't coming back, and when we get home, I don't even want you around me no more. So I heard those two things. Yeah, Whitney was at Pat and Mary. Yeah. So, you know, and then this happens, she comes up dead. And I don't like that at all. At all. But yeah, guys, I gotta go to the gym, you guys. I'm gonna come back and talk to y'all though. I want you all to yeah, all the Trish Hollywood said all the people that was around her only used her for what she was and what she had. Nobody had her back after Robin left. No, it's not that nobody had her back after Robin left. Robin left a long time ago, Trish. Robin was a good friend of Whitney's, but Robin really didn't want to be around Whitney no more. Trust me, I know that for a fact. I'm not saying anything right now, but yeah. But anyway, no. The Browns had Whitney's back. Whitney felt security with my family. At the end of the day, she did. But you got to realize that Whitney was very vulnerable. She was very vulnerable after her divorce with Bobby. But she did that divorce. And so when she realized that she shouldn't have done that divorce, she came back asking for Bobby's hand. And he said yes. So they were going to get married again. But I'm telling you, they had her phone tapped. They had my sister's phone tapped. They had Whitney's phone tapped. They knew she was getting ready to get married to Bobby. And they did that to her. Yes, they didn't want her coming. And on top of that, I said she was pregnant. I revealed that. I'm telling y'all don't know this book. Y'all don't know. It's a lot of stuff in this book about my sister. You understand? Yes. Nobody's ever going to admit that she was pregnant. And that her and Bobby was going to get married again. They had just taken my niece out to dinner 2 weeks prior. But it's okay though. God is over everything. Oh yes, he is. And we all have to answer for what we do out here. I feel so sorry for people that just think that you can disrespect God and bring harm to his people and he don't do nothing. We don't serve that kind of God. We do not serve that kind of God. No, we do not. We have to pay for everything. Oh gosh, you guys, y'all have no idea. Cheryl said, you come here and hug my neck. Speak that truth. Whatever my brother says. That's right. Yep. I think so too, Vaughn. Vaughn said, hey, Leola, I think Pat was doing things to Whitney even in the late 90s. Yep. That's right. Yep. Yes. Yes, I am. I'm the only one fighting for her. You're welcome, Sister's Place. Leola, your channel is so comforting. Thank you for being true to the call of the Most High God. You're welcome. You are a true woman of God. Thank you. Yes. Okay, guys. I'm gonna go. I gotta go get in this gym. And I don't know, who knows? I might surprise y'all. I ain't gonna say when, but I'm gonna surprise y'all. Okay? I got 80 likes and 103 on. Come on, guys. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. I gotta get in this gym. It's getting dark out. Let me go. I'm headed to the gym. I got to get this workout in. Okay? I love you guys. Thank you, Kiwan. I pray that you cash at me. You know my cash app. The money sign. LEOLAHBM. I got that white scarf around my head. Thank you. I appreciate it. Show me some love. And I'll show y'all some love. Okay, guys. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, guys. I love you guys. I hope you love me back. All right. Be safe. I will. I will, darling. Lady T, Trish, Jewel, Mary Wilson, I love you too. Hey, Birdie Man. Gogo Mika, Goddess, Among, Jewel, Sharon. Hey, Sharon Kearney. Where's my dude? My man. What's his name?
Damien, Isaiah.
No, the one that came on and said he was cash apping me. I don't want to. The one that said give him a shout out. I'm trying to find his name so I can say it right. Where is it? Where's his name at? Where's his name?
He's still
Kawan Ferreira. Bye, Kawan Ferreira. And thank you, darling. Hey, Jackie Williams. Cheryl Palmer, Misha, Queen, Aries, Birdie Man. Okay, guys. Leola gotta go. And I'll come back. See, I'm shouting out everybody. There it is. Okay, I see his name. Kawan Ferreira. And Brazil. Hey, Leela McCoy. Goddess Reed. Here you go again. Jewel. I'll see you guys, okay? Cheryl Palmer Among. John Austin. Hey, darling. Show some love. I'll see you guys when I come on. I got to get to the gym, okay? Love you guys. All right? Especially, and if you cash at me, I'm definitely coming on tonight. All right, guys? Okay. Let me see how much y'all love me. We're going to see. Okay? All right, darlings. Peace. I'm out. I'm going to really come back on, too. I'm going to see.